So head stacking is a pretty simple idea. You just stand on top of someone's head. And this is useful because obviously you can boost onto elevated positions, like this boost here on CT spawn. You can also double up on an angle without being able to be isolated, meaning when someone peeks into you, you're going to be fighting two people at once. So for example, if my teammate were to stand right there, and someone were to cross into my angle right here, they would be fighting two people at once, right? As I swing out here, there's a guy here, there's a guy right above him. Head stacking is also the first step into getting a run boost off, which is always really fun. And finally, the most important and most fun reason to head boost or head stack is to create Godzilla stacks. So to understand Godzilla stacks, you need to understand why we need to do it in this particular way. And the problem with head stacking is that you can only get one person on top of someone's head. So I can stand on top of this bot's head, for example, no problem. So these two bots can kind of sit here, no problem whatsoever. Now, if we try to get a third person on top of this person's head, you'll notice that I just automatically slide off, right? When you try to get a third person onto a tower of people, you'll notice that I have a constant forward momentum, depending on where I'm looking, until basically I fall off, right? So no matter what I do, I can't actually get myself to stay put on top of this guy's head unless I have something blocking me, right? So this is one way to get around the fact that the game pushes you off of a 3-man head stack. To get around it, you can have a wall in front of you so that you don't move, right? Because your momentum is always applied to the direction you're looking at. Some head stacks actually abuse the fact that you can use a wall in front of you to prevent your forward momentum, such as this angle here on overpass. But as you can see, I'm abusing the fact that the wall is preventing me from going forward, and I can just get 3 kills right here and then easily fall off. So to circumvent the idea or the problem with having only 2 people being able to be top of each other, that was hard to say, and the third person being flung off, the way we get around that is to have a different surface to stand on for the third player, and if we have a different surface for the third player, you can get a fourth player. And this is where the idea of a Godzilla stack comes to mind. And one example of this is right here on Nuke. So you can see 2 people on top of each other, no problem. And then the third person is not standing on this person's head, he's standing on this ledge right here. And this ledge doesn't count as this person's head, obviously, which allows you to have a fourth person on top of the third. And thus I present to you the Godzilla stacks. You probably could optimize this and like stand a little more to the left so that you get a 5th person on this railing right here, but that's not the point. The point is you peek as a T, or I guess it works on the other way around, but usually you would do this as a CT. You peek and there's 4 people just there, all ready to fire at you, and you have no chance of killing all of them. You might get the first guy if you get the first shot headshot, but you're probably just gonna die. It's really funny. There's actually a clip of Edward from a really old Navi lineup dying to a similar idea on Cobble, and I'll show that here. But the point is, you use the verticality to force a T, or force someone to peek into 4 of you at the same time, with no potential to isolate, no potential to multi-frag. Well, okay, there's a little bit of potential to multi-frag, but you can't isolate this fight. You're forced to fight 4 people at once. This spot is the original idea that I had in terms of finding a way to force a Godzilla stack, and you can pause the video here to try to think of other places that you can do a Godzilla stack, but I'm going to show you a few of them here. So here's another example on Inferno in front of Emo. Here's the third spot on A. Not quite a Godzilla stack, but close enough. And then there's this that Liquid did against Navi from Blast Premiere Spring 2022.